This must be the Yihei Bridge. And I'll go up along the left side to the next bridge, maybe. I'm wandering up this road on the off chance that it goes to this place called the Ancient Gingo, whatever that is. Actually, it just leads to a little square, if you will. So I'll go back and keep pursuing. That may be an old building there. Okay, in a moment you'll see this stick, or a stick like it, used. And you'll notice that it's actually still wet. This is used, you can hear it in the background, the noise is a lady pounding on clothes. That's how you wash clothes, with a stick like this. A well like this is where they're drawing water from across the river from me, this little stream, if you will. These wells were built in ancient times from the domestic water service and from the ground. It's interesting that trash burns while she picks it up, moves it along. And all along the river are these washing stations where the original pump is. Then of course this is probably new, and this hose is definitely new. But this setup here is for ladies to wash in whenever they wish. There's the wash basin, but here's a place for pounding and kneading, if you will, the laundry, and also for rubbing it like our old washboards. And I don't know what this is for, but notice that it's concave and very smooth, so it's used for something. Is that a pretty bridge or what? Different brand of duck than what we've seen so far. This, of course, the route for doing your laundry the old way. Isn't this pretty? Notice the carving on the beams, curved beams. And here it's set up like a restaurant, which perhaps it is, or a community center. Looks like it would have been painted once upon a time. Cross over, maybe get a bite to eat over on that side. So here's what we were looking at, those little garbanzo beans type things, not the same though. These little tiny beans here. This is a neat idea. These benches installed all along this side where the shops are, so people can sit and relax and talk. Probably for cutting meat and that sort of thing at one time. So it looks like these little beans come from this plant. This is the plant I think I saw where I saw the Jackson Hole modern resort community that the man was driving back and forth over with his truck. See this old pool table? There must have been a rage at one time, not to mention a Music Man type salesman in the parts of China I've been in, because I see lots of these old decrepit ones sitting unused in many, many different places. But this is certainly an older building. It's not memorialized with a sign at all. Don't think I've seen this flowering plant before. What a beautiful substitute for a carnation. Pretty backyard. This building in front, probably someone's home. Probably built that other building either as a garage or a shop, and then decided that the roof would be a great balcony for something and put a little bridge to it. Okay, this alleyway I've chosen, taking me out into the fields, which I won't wander right now because I have 2 more villages to go to, but I wanted to peek out here. Here the village stops, and where it stops, literally, the farming begins, if not earlier. By that I mean any patch of land inside the community gets farmed also. Looks like it's had a fair amount of restoration work done to it. This is probably a temple hall of some sort, but I don't see it labeled, although it's been recently remodeled, this portion has. So this is a branch hall of the Xu Ancestral Hall, which accounts for its well maintained, almost, in fact restored appearance, and the complete downfall of the other. This is the one that's no doubt used, particularly as perhaps the community got smaller. Now this bench I could have recreated on my deck, particularly if I can get the same curve in here. Notice how this seat curves nicely around the curve of the river. Okay, we'll take the side alley down to the traditional mill and the former residence of Mr. Xu Chengyao. I'll read this quickly. He was the last generation of scholars in the Imperial Academy, a famous latter-day poet, calligraphist, connoisseur of cultural relics, with the highest official position being the editor of Imperial Academy. Okay, so we're now entering into the courtyard area. I'll go to the back just to take a quick look at it before we go in the house. Actually, that just probably continues into the rest of the community, maybe. Okay, we're in the standard area in the beginning of the house design. Massive beams, but none of the decoration, well, very small amount of detail up there that we saw in the houses in Xinhua. Wouldn't this be a pretty little garden shack in Jackson Hole?